to see his exact game to be able to give a more detailed answer.
So when you do post these things to the forum, it is super helpful if you can put a link to Dropbox or Google Drive or whatever with your save game, because then the team can check out the save game, and that is super helpful.
Hey, did I just see a weapon get fired?
I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, awesome.
Oh, proper weapons fires?
Well, it's not like it's a full battle. I wonder if it's because I had seen that ship before. And this is technically not in the fog. Look at this. Tag teamed them.
So what's going on there? Is it just animating like weapons fire when they're nearby each other?
No, they were fighting. Oh, yeah, look at that. I think that I must have cleared the fog here before I hit soak. So that's why it's showing up. A lot of times we just clear the fog right away.
Okay.
And then you hit soak and I'll go someplace I've never been and see.
Interesting. Let's see.
Look at this. They're escorting their... transports are coming.
Nice. Chess L says that he played on an immense map and there was no Illyrium at all. But he did have resources set for occasional, but apparently there was no Illyrium got generated on the map.
That seems highly unregular. I mean, let's see. Is there no Illyrium here? I wonder if somehow the Illyrium count got lowered. There's one. It does look like it might be a little rarer than we want it to be. I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll crank that number up a little bit.
All right. Let's see. People complaining about
look at that. There's only one there. You're going to love the campaign. It's all over the place.
CW thinks that everybody in the chat should get something for braving the horrible Twitch experience. Man, I would if I could. I feel so bad about the whole stupid lag issue. All right. Should we
this bug you're seeing right here where it's skipping a little when you zoom way out, that is a known issue that has been fixed.
Oh, is it like cycling back to...
No, it was because we added the before when you were in tactical mode, you wouldn't see the cursor when you selected something. And we fixed that, and there was like a little side effect, little weird-ass side effect where, of course, it broke everything. And it's like a 5-second change. Then all Brad's like, what's going on?
Excellent.
We're like, I don't know. And we just, it was another 5 seconds to fix it, but that will be in the next build.
All right. Is this the last dev stream? It is not. We're going to at least do a couple more. And after, we're going to at least do 2 more, even though we launch on Thursday. And then after that, it's kind of going to be up to Paul and how much he wants to stream.
Well, I'm going to sleep for a couple weeks.
Right.
No, actually, I really like doing these. I'd like to do more. I mean, I'd like to actually just play. I've always wanted to do another thing where I just play a whole game.
Sure. There's nothing says you got to take questions out of the chat.
it's that, right now it's finding the time to do it.
Right. So there will definitely be more video content for sure and all that kind of stuff. So don't be worried too much about that. Let's see. Approval relics are using approval from Beta 3 and not goods and services from Beta 4 onwards.
I will check on that. If that is true, that is a problem.
There you go. I wish there was a way to move to the next shipyard like there is for planets.
That is on our list. The only reason it's not already done is because our focus right now is on stability and fixing bugs, and that's just a little usability thing.
Sure.
It will definitely happen. I can't guarantee it'll happen before we release. Right now, like I said, we mostly just care about making sure, it doesn't crash. And and that the AI doesn't do stupid things. Our priorities are not crash, AI smarter, always smarter, and fun. And then and your thing falls into the fun category. So it is important to us, but we're just making solidness is our number one focus until we release. Got it.
Any Easter eggs in the game or no time to put any in? I don't know what we have for Easter eggs.
There are a couple of little things. They're not nothing juicy. There's a couple of actually like components that are locked to, unless you know exactly what to do, that people will eventually discover. Little things like that. But we're not, and there's, everybody's names in there here and there, star names, things like that. We kind of get all that out of our system by having all those in there. Like my dog is out here somewhere, and
Well, she is the official mascot,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
She's going in the credits.
Did you know that the trade screen does not show strategic and trade resource tooltips? Just this is a resource, but not what it does.
No, I did not know that. We'll look into that.
All right.
So in here, I guess I don't have any. I'm not trading any resources right now.
Indeed.
I'll look into that.
Silor says, did they answer my question about Extreme Worlds Heavy and Unstable yet? Because you lost the stream because the lag was so bad, for which I apologize.
The having what?
Heavy and Unstable.
Well,
Possibly.
They are not going to be in this build, but they will show back up eventually.
Oh, clarification on the trade screen thing is when you get a trade offer, you don't necessarily see what the trade resource does. You just see this is a resource.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, that's a good point. We have a lot of little tooltips. It's funny because this game has, I mean, look at that. We have tooltips for freaking everything. And yet there's more. There's more.
There's always going to be more.
I don't know if people have seen this. You can actually go down here now and see the range of your weapon on this particular ship and the cooldown of the weapon on this particular ship.
Nice.
And
that's
the accuracy of the weapon on this particular ship. And then, I mean, it's like there's always more. I mean, here you can see Interceptor and exactly what ships will attack in what order. Same thing, you get your range things here. All of the weapons now give you. I guess I have to pick a hull. I guess I should know that. All of the weapons now give you much more, especially the weapons. They will actually tell you their range, their maintenance, their cooldown, their accuracy, their threat, even. Like everything is right there. And yet there's still more tooltips. I think these here, even the resources tell you what to build with them and where you're trading them. And, so
that's awesome.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, we're lucky in that Sarah at this point can kind of kick those things out in very little time because she has the entire system memorized. Well, she wrote most of it and she has it memorized.
Gotcha. This is something that's been asked many times. Will you be able to access the shipyard through the main menu so that you can design ships without playing?
Eventually, yes, but that might come in with modding or slightly after. It's ironically kind of a pain in the butt because so much of ship design is dependent on the race you're playing. When you start, you're not a race. In Galactic 2, we got around that by making you pick a race to design as. I would like to avoid that, but that is causing problems. So if worse comes to worse, we might end up having to do it the way we did in Galactic 2.
Are you aware of a bouncing issue when trying to zoom in or out using the scroll wheel?
A bouncing issue?
I guess I don't know what the bouncing issue is, other than the thing that you were just talking about where that's
is he talking about, the sticking? I think that is that is what we're talking about, yeah.
So that'll be fixed.
We are aware of that, and it is being fixed. There is a lot of ships. Man. Holy crap.
Quite a few.
We had this problem where somebody sent in a ship in there, like my ship list overran, and and I'm like, well, and it caused a crash, and we're like, well, what's wrong? And it's because he had 1,400 ships, individual ships, not fleets, and so we essentially just made it so, well, if you're at that high a level of ships, we only show like the top 500 for anybody this did, however, bring up a new subject for this list. We're going to do some, once we're done with the release, some more advanced filterings. I'm considering actually making these fleets. And then when you click them, have them collapse out to ships. Yeah.
I would certainly, I feel like functionally fleets probably work better.
Fleets are more important. But this is kind of a remnant of Galciv 2. We just did it the way it was in Galciv 2, and we probably should have thought about it a little more. Man, they are wrecking each other.
They are going for it for sure. Let's see. Currently, the research treaty is always described as slave brokering. This seems bad for the more benevolent factions.
I will check that out too.
Slave brokering.
Oh, that's probably just a typo. And it's funny as we go over this. We've gone over all these strings so many hundreds of times, and there's still more. It's mind blowing. But it's a problem with a game that has so much text. and I was just talking about today. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to fix it. Got to fix this. And I'm like, after chips, nobody's going to find anything wrong. There will be nothing wrong. And it's like, I know that they'll be like, oh, by the way, this improvement is actually not doing what you think it's doing.
Yeah.
One of the things we fixed just last night was all the Hyperion logistics centers were broken. All the Hyperion improvements were broken because like a stat was set to global instead of Q or something like. And it's like you look at it in XML, it looks fine. You're like, da da da. And I was like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? And then luckily a user actually pointed out, I don't think this is right. And then Derek went in and was able to find the problem, and we fixed it in a few minutes. So it's hilarious.
Nice.
It's sad but hilarious. And what's funny though is the game is really fun even with these things. So, I don't know. I don't want to say there's bugs, but it's amazing how things like that can slip by and the game is still really fun. So it's just going to get better and better as we move forward. Oh, they just took this planet.
We had some questions about planet killers. I believe that's an expansion feature.
The planet killers got cut. Yeah, they were a little. They weren't interesting, honestly. They were essentially glorified transports. So I think we're going to bring them back, kind of more along in the veins of the Terror Star. Where in an expansion where we can do something where when you see that you're like, holy crap.
Man, is that the Iridium and the Drengens going at it there?
It's the Iridium and the Drengen. Yeah,
nice.
They are not happy with each other.
That is a serious fleet.
And I love this. I don't know who did this, but who turned on the weapons. Oh, look, it just lost.
Yeah.
I mean,
shipyards and starbases are tough now.
And I actually nerfed them a little bit more, but I kind of like it because now you need a fleet to take out a shipyard. Or a medium-sized ship will usually be able to take out a shipyard.
Which is fine because I honestly...
You don't want them being spammed. You don't want to have to blow up the ship. One of the things we also did is made it so the AI will retire shipyards if it doesn't need them anymore. So you don't have these like ghost shipyards sitting around. So that's very nice. I think maybe... Can I get... Oh, I can't get details on him. I guess I could if I went to God mode.
People concerned about sensor stacking as usual.
What
buying
is
a
the
cargo
concern
ship
is that it's...
Yeah, a cargo ship full of sensors really early makes scouting just kind of trivial, apparently. That's an interesting point.
That borders on good tactics. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we need to nerf it a little bit.
It does. I mean,
what we'll probably end up doing is making the sensors have diminishing returns. I don't want to have an arbitrary limit like we did in Galciv 2, where it's just like, 20 tiles, because then the player doesn't know. Then we'd have to have like a tooltip system of anything you put on from this point is a waste. It's a valid technique that is probably a little overpowered.
It might be, you might just be able to not put, change it so you can't put sensors on cargo.
No.
No?
This is Galciv, man. You can make whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want.
Fair enough.
You can arm a cargo ship with as many guns as you want and charge it into things. I'm okay with that. I in the past I've done that. Like I would just put like as many crappy weapons on a cargo hull just to trick the AI into thinking I have a big fleet. So
awesome.
But we want the player to do whatever they want. What we want is my responsibility is to make sure that it's not exploitable, and the sensor thing is verging on or is blatantly exploitable. So.
Sure. I mean, the trick is, to my mind, that good tactics is fine, but it has to not be the only tactic that obsoletes anything else that you would do to solve that problem. Right. All right. So I think it's time to give away more stuff. That's what I think. I think we're going to, now that the stream has cleared up, thankfully, I saw that we had some of our IT guys were poking around in the network trying to fix it, which maybe they did, which would be great because it makes me very cranky. But the stream has been clear for the last 10, 15 minutes, which is great. So hooray. So for your perseverance, if you type anything in the chat, I will capture your name, and you will be entered into the role to win a Start 8, Start 10 combo pack to return the Start button to your Windows 8 and or your Windows 10 release, or your OS rather. It's a pretty cool product. We like it. It's very popular. It is, like I said, a kind of a test run. We're going to be giving away a bunch more stuff later on as we get closer to launch and directly after launch.
And watching the AI kill each other has gotten a lot more entertaining.
It is way more fun now.
It's actually way more fun than watching me play because I'm like, yeah, I don't have time. I wouldn't be 173 turns right now.
So cool stuff. All right, one more question, and then I'll do the roll, and we'll get the winner, and it'll be cool. So get in chat if you want to be entered. All right, let's see. Oh man, my chat window blew up because now I told everybody to chat, and so now I can't read anything. All right. When an adversary builds a starbase in your territory, you get a notification, but then the go-to doesn't work. That is an unfortunate bug.
Yeah, that would be a bug.
Yep. Report it on the forums, please.
Because it's weird because the ship one works.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? It's probably because when the constructor builds, it becomes something else, and it probably doesn't. Okay. Yeah, we can look into that.
Yep. All right. I really like the graphical effect with dark sides of the planet, but I only see dark sides now.
I did lower the ambient a bit.
The ambient was really high when
the problem is that we have to balance for everybody's monitors, and depending on certain monitors, it's too bright. So we darkened it because it's a little more dramatic. It shows off the lights better. I might bump it up another 0.05 before we ship. I'm still balancing it. It is neat looking though.
All right, we have a name I don't recognize actually. Welcome to the stream. If you haven't been chatting, that's cool. Alocon 12 wins.
Oh, look at that. Iconian Refuge has built Starbase, and sure enough, I was not able to get to it.
All right. Congratulations, Alacon 12. You get Start 8 and Start 10. I'm going to type out that message right now. Paul, talk about something.
Yes. Start 8 is awesome.
It is awesome.
I have a Lenovo that I use as and I got it and had Windows 8. This is not even 8.1 yet. It was 8, and I went mad. And it's a touch screen and everything. So I just, and then finally I got Start 8, which is funny because we make it. And I put it on there, and now I forget that it even has. Holy crap!
Uh-oh, did you crash?
Yeah.
Why you got to be like that?
Well, I mean, I guess it could have to do with the fact that I was soaking.
Soak tends to be quite a bit buggier.
Well, yeah, poop. Sorry, people.
Sorry about that.
This game will never crash again. That's the last crash you'll ever see.
Well, it wouldn't be a dev stream without a nice crash there. So.
Well, I thought we'd fixed everything. There is one nasty bug that you might see on the forums is we're still running to where on invasions or battle initiations, people's screens will go out.
Oh no!
And that's our white whale right now. We've got everybody spending all our. That's why you can't toggle through the starbase because that's our number one priority. But luckily, it only happens. I think it's video card related, so only certain people get it, and it's really hard to reproduce. I know some of the people listening might be developers, but this is one of those bugs that you have nightmares about. Yeah, so that's our last. Yeah, that's the last bug, right? We're gonna fix that.
Right.
It's probably what just caused this because I was soaking.
You're back in the game. There we go. All right.
Well,
actually, Alacon has a question here that I didn't see before.
Who have I not been lately? Let's be
So you don't just get Start 8, you also get your questions answered. Hooray. Is the second Relentless on the ideology tree for Malevolent a placeholder or a mistake?
The second Relentless on the ideology tree for Merciless?
Relentless. Under Malevolent. Let's see. Is there...
It might just be a typo.
I'm guessing it's probably a typo.
Relentless. Relentless. Did they say the same?
No, that's a Relentless and Ruthless. I'm guessing there's another Relentless somewhere in here.
Oh?
Oh, yeah.
No. Wait, yeah.
Yep, that's Relentless.
Each planet receives additional... Oh, hilarious. No, this is me not realizing I had named something. They're completely different things.
We should give one of those a different name.
Yes. Thank you. Good catch.
Right. Excellent.
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
Relentless. What? Slave master, tight-fisted. I don't even know what to call that. I'm going to have to come. Let's say here, everybody's suggestions for something that makes a planet more usable in an evil, evil way. There you go. Welcome to my world.
All right.
Okay.
Will we be able to edit custom races? Currently, if you want to change anything, you have to start over from scratch. I just realized I'm slouching.
We are
terribly.
working on that.
Okay.
It's actually has to do with the data system, which is very because of so you can blame all this on multiplayer. We have to do a lot of voodoo to make sure that custom races and everybody are unique
Okay.
in the world. Because if two things are named the same thing, bad things happen.
Okay.
So there's all these things where if you edit something, right now what it actually does is create another copy of that thing.
Okay.
So that is why editing it is hard, but we do want to fix it, and we will. It just and not right away. It's one of those things we have to kind of find a clever solution to.
Fair enough. Let's see. Are you thinking of bringing back things from Galciv 1 that were absent from Galciv 2, like the antimatter missile?
The antimatter missile.
Apparently is a missile that was in Galciv 1, but not in Galciv 2.
There is prototype antimatter missile, which is maybe not quite the same thing.
All right.
Yeah, there's all we'll dip in. I wanted actually to bring back cloaking, but here's what happens when you bring back cloaking. The AI kills you. So it's either the AI kills you because he'll sneak up and ambush you, or you make them so you can see their ships, and then it's pointless to anybody. Then it's just an advantage to the player. So we had to actually pull cloaking, but I might bring it back if we can figure out a way to kind of make it a little less overpowering.
Fair enough. Let's see. What about bombarding planets instead of destroying them? No troop transports needed. Just bomb everything to dust.
That would be a planet killer, and those got cut.
Fair enough.
You can bombard. You can use planetary bombardment, which does a lot of damage and gives you huge bonuses to your invasion.
But you do still need a transport.
But you still need a transport.
All right.
But yeah, bombardment is a type of planet killer. We had like 3, and then of course there's the Terra Star, which wasn't ever going to be in this build.
Right.
But we had different ones that would wipe out the population in different ways, and bombardment would be one of those. But we cut those because they're not necessarily fun. They're really nice for speeding up the pace of the game. Things that we actually try very hard to do is make sure the AI knows when it's over. Stop fighting.
Could you add a confirmation to the destroy planet option in the govern planet screen? I have accidentally destroyed my own planets a couple times already.
Yes,
we should probably do that.
I actually assumed there was one. I never have destroyed a planet. I don't want to destroy one in the middle, because
yeah.
That's a good idea though. Yeah,
that is a good idea. All right. Let's see. Can we get an option to disable watching the battle viewer on multiplayer games, or a time limit for human players, for a turn timer?
Oh,
those are both good suggestions, actually.
I think if you both hit resolve, it'll resolve instantly.
Sure. But I think what he's asking for is the ability to, like, on game creation, say, like, no battle viewer.
Oh,
So
that's a good. Yeah,
that is a
I
good
think
idea.
actually at one point we were going to do that. That would be a gameplay option. It's funny. I never thought about it. Even in Galactic 2, we had a quick battles option.
Because I would totally play with that option on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It won't be in anytime soon, but look into that.
All right.
We don't have quick battles. Enable quick
Interesting.
move. Show
Interesting.
all ship designs.
Let's see. Gilmoy's complaining that he can't play Whack a Shipyard with the first snub fighter that he manages to get out.
That was
Yeah,
the reason
that's-
why we had to do that.
Well, and that
'Cause
also
of
let
you
us put
people.
on- it also let us put on some light armament onto your survey ship, which is nice. So, all right.
You couldn't have done it with the survey ships. As a matter of fact, I had to go out of my way to make sure that a survey ship couldn't kill a shipyard by itself, or else the entire game would have been over instantly.
All right, let's see. Nobody likes the idea of hard limits on sensors, but they do like diminishing returns.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to end up doing. We just need to find get a moment to do it.
Sounds like the jam. All right. Will console commands remain available in the final release?
Yes.
Are we going to hide them behind like a launch option or anything? Or are you just going to leave them in for now?
No, although we should probably put a warning in that says if you cheat,
If you do anything,
it'll
disable
wreck
high
your score. Yeah.
Let's see. Zim is re-asking his question about the nebular frequency, so I think that happened while we were lagging out. Basically, yes, the idea of having an option for nebular size is an interesting idea. And also, Paul brought up the idea of putting up more or increasing the size of nebulas based on map size.
Yeah,
as
we
well.
essentially need smarter. You go, hey, I've got lots of room for nebulas. They want lots of nebulas. Pick these larger nebulas.
Right. And honestly,
Right now, I actually had to. Originally, I had a lot of much bigger nebulas, but on small maps, there would never be room for them. So I had to kind of make them smaller. But what we need to do is just smarter placement. Like here's one. Like this is a bigger. Well, actually, that's a couple of them. But yeah, ironically, I actually have in my editor a nebula layout editor that allows me to create any size.
so you actually make those by hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're rotated and everything randomly.
Very cool. All right. Franco Pellegrini is still having audio visual trouble. I think that's on your end at this point because I'm not seeing anything on our end that looks like stuttering or lag. So reload the stream, I guess. Let's see. Another re-ask of the Alliance question. The answer to that of somebody, EJ Simonson, was having trouble getting an Alliance victory. There's a lot of things that can make races not super happy with you, including getting too large, exterminating other races, that kind of thing. It's
declaring war a lot.
So, I mean, the Alliance victory is always going to be kind of tough. A little bit of the Alliance victory is it's to some extent easier to be allied with people and then go to war and wipe out your enemies. Yeah. And then it's like
no, so we want Alliance victory to be difficult. Now it might be too difficult now. So we'll have to play with that. But yeah, we don't want Alliance to be, well, I can't win, so I'm just gonna get an Alliance. But we also don't want people to go, well, I have to go to war. So it needs to be an equally valid thing, but I think at the moment it might be a little a little bit difficult. I'll look into it.
Okay.
I do not think, I think the answer that we gave was no, there is no limit. There's no reason why there's nothing stopping you from getting more than 2 alliances.
Right.
Other than maybe you made somebody mad.
Which is working as intended.
Yes.
But yeah. All right. Will there be a hot fix or a patch today? I believe that we were planning on pushing the opt-in today.
I couldn't tell you. I thought we pushed one last night,
we pushed the.
We made it last night. We're pushing it today.
I think the opt-in might be going public today.
Yes,
I think I saw that across the chat.
Which will fix a lot of the issues that we're seeing right now, like that slowdown and maybe that crash, whatever that weird ass crash was.
Let's see. The second or third benevolent, whichever benevolent ideology thing that gives you a free class 10 planet says it's near home, but it appears near my first colony.
That is near home means essentially within your area.
Oh, okay. All right.
We essentially don't want you to, here's a free planet. It's over in the middle of Drengy. So maybe we could just rephrase it a little bit, but it's mostly just to mean near your area.
Right. Let's see. Will you fix the approval penalty again? I think the large empire approval got.
I nerfed it
for this
substantially.
Yeah.
Yes,
so it shouldn't be nearly as bad.
Yeah, it's and now it's a flat, and it's 0.02. So essentially, like if you have 40 planets, as a matter of fact, it's probably too forgiving now. If you have 40 planets, what we're going to probably have to do is still make it on a slider by galaxy size. But if you have 40 planets at 0.02, it's essentially the equivalent of having 8 more people on your planet, right?
Okay.
Which means if it's a small planet, that's a big deal, but it's nothing that can't be nullified by like a good entertainment center.
Sure.
And a couple techs. So you can definitely counter it much easier than you could before. You have 100 planets, it's going to get a little harder, but that's the whole point. But like I said, I still want to make it slide by the habitable planet count, and that'll make it a little more controllable. This is Minor. Who is these guys? The purple people eaters.
I missed the purple people eaters.
Oh.
Then again, I missed when the Vikings were good. So there you go. They are kind of going to town.
Ooh.
Nice. Let's see. In the map editor, can you place planets without stars? It's kind of an interesting question.
Yes, you can. It does weird things right now. There's a reason why the map editor isn't going to be public in the first build. We want to kind of polish it up and make sure it's nice and robust. So, but when it is, you will be able to place them. The problem is, where are they lit from? That is ironically the problem. You'll notice all of our planets are lit from their stars.
Fair enough.
So we have to light them like ambient, and it looks weird. And so we're playing with that.
We had a question that we haven't gotten for a little while, but is certainly a question that we've had before, which I know that we haven't answered to, so I like to ask it, is multi-monitor support. Can we have a second monitor with a mini map on it or whatever? We would love to do that, but it's a non-trivial task, and it's certainly not anything that's going to be in for release.
If the game goes crazy viral, we might be able to do some more extreme things like that. Right now, what you'd have to do is run in a window and have it extend. Gotcha. A lot of people do that.
There you go. Let's see. Oh, geez, weird. My chat is doing weird things. Sorry. Okay, we are actually pretty close to I think we might actually be caught up on the chat. This is incredible. I'm surprised we did. Well, I suppose we lost a bunch of viewers to the stupid giant lag problem. So boo to that. But anyway. All right. I think we've been on for an hour, man. I think we should do one more quick giveaway and then call it good. What do you think, Paul?
I'm fine with that. I have to go back to work.
And we appreciate you taking the hour to come up and
it's all right. Actually, like I said, I'm kind of rounding down. I'm doing some tweaks to the campaign right now, and then I'm going to actually hand it off to Brad to do his little pass on it. And then I'm going to spend some time tracking down weird little things like that resource. What was it? The morale resource is still giving. I got to check on that.
I think it was the approval relic.
Yeah, it's giving an approval bonus. Actually, an approval bonus is a valid bonus. It just doesn't display correctly. So it's not that it's doing nothing. It's that it's boosting your overall approval, and then it would mess up your tooltip.
Okay. All right. So, all right. I'm going to roll the thing, if I can remember which button to hit, which has been a difficulty. Spurks Donut wins. Spurks Donut. I do not recognize that name, so welcome to the chat, and you get to win something. Hooray. You get Start 8 and Start 10. I'm calling it a combo pack. It's not actually a combo pack. I'm just going to send you 2 keys. So, hooray. Congratulations. All right. So just to kind of pimp the upcoming Twitch schedule, it's going to be really fun. Quill 18 tomorrow. Explorminate, I believe, Tuesday. Slipping Sand Wednesday. And then Thursday, big, huge thing. Good times. Oh, Spurks Donut says re-roll. He is not interested in Start 8 and Start 10. All right. That is your right. You can give it away to somebody else. J Solo 15 wins the Start 8, Start 10 combo pack. Hooray. All right. J Solo.
Look at this,
15.
Man.
What time for Quill 18 is the question. That is going to be 3 p.m. Eastern. Same time. All right. Cool. There we go. Can you post the times they're streaming the forum? Yes, I will post a schedule to the forum so you know when everybody's going live and what you can expect. It'll be super cool. Check out the wiki if you are interested at all, either just to check it out. I think it looks pretty cool at galciv3.gamepedia.com. If you choose to contribute, we very much appreciate that. Review us on Steam. We super, super appreciate that. So do that if you feel so moved. Super cool. What else is going on? I'm like losing my mind because we're doing so many things for Galciv release. That's pretty much a jam. It's 4 p.m. I'm going to cut the stream. Thank you so much. We will see you soon, man. We'll see you next week. Soon. It'll be very cool. All right.
Next stream.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there maybe I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say next week will be the game will be out.
It will. It'll be awesome. We'll be playing.
Hurts my brain.
The long chapter is over. All right. That's it. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll